Hi, I'm Alexander Williamson from FISHTORY. You may also know me from I got hit by lightning 6 years ago. I had heat stroke in Florida. I had lupus and was in the hospital 2 other times. But this time I was in the hospital for good old septicemia, which is when you get an infection from a cut and it ends up in your blood and tries to kill you. So, I just wanted to update you guys, if you didn't hear, that I have been in the hospital for I was in there for 2 weeks, and then I've been home now for exactly a week, and I'm healing up. If you're a little squeamish, I'm going to show you how I'm healing up right now. We're going down, down, down to the leg. So, there we go. So, you got a sneak peek, right, guys? That is how I'm doing. I'm healing up, but the leg is still a big old zipper. And they had to cut from here to here in order to make sure I didn't die. So they ended up having to get out any of the infection that had gone into the tissue. And I've been on 7 different antibiotics. I was in the ICU, and my fever reached 106, which was basically to the point where they were about to put me in an ice bath. But luckily they have new technology where they put a suit kind of thing on you, and they keep that cool, as well as your IV and other stuff. So that was pretty awful, but now I'm feeling much better. Guys, I am sorry that I was gone, and it's unfortunate that I have not been focused on fish and on you guys. But now I am ready to get back to fish. I am excited about what the channel has in the future. I do have a lot of follow-up appointments. Unfortunately, I'm having to kind of learn to walk again because when they went into the leg and they looked for infection, they had to cut me from ankle to knee, and then they had to go all the way to the bone. They were going to let it drain and stay open and be able to administer antibiotics to the leg, and they were going to close it up about 4 days after doing so when I was originally in the ICU. Unfortunately, there were too many other surgeries that needed to be done, emergency surgeries, and it took a total of 8 days before they could close up the incision. So I had this big old incision trench, as they call it, and they were having to medicate it and clean it and sterilize it and all that. And that's where I've been that's where I was for 2 weeks. Then I got out and I got home, and come with me again. I can limp now. I used to have to use a little walker thing, but I've already beaten it. And I really want to thank you guys for the well wishes and positive thinking. If it weren't for you guys, I don't know if I'd have the strength to want to get up and going and get back to work, get back to usual quite the way I have, because of the channel and because of all of everybody saying I hope you get well soon, and all this positive energy that really I feel it. You guys are like my friends, my family, and my support network. And I hope that this channel and this community can reflect some of that and be some of that for you with little things. For me, this just happened to kind of take over my life for a while. So right here, we've got all the gauze and all of this sterilization stuff. and antibiotic creams, and then I've got a whole regimen of antibiotics and anti-inflammatories and things. So they're taking good care of me, but I have, as I was mentioning, a lot of follow-up appointments, and I don't know when the channel will be back completely, to 2 live streams a week. Hopefully, still we'll stick to Tuesday and Friday, most likely, for those at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. And one of the fortunate things, one of those little mysteries, was that they weren't going to let me out of the hospital until the 3-week mark. But fortunately, my leg that they did the surgery on, I was joking. They said, you have a 50% chance that we're going to have to take that leg the night that I was admitted. And what happened is I stepped on a piece of glass. I couldn't really feel it because of the nerve damage I have already from a lightning strike. There's a whole video about that if you're curious. Just look up my channel, FISHTORY and lightning strike, or lightning, and you'll see the story. But basically, it left me nerve damaged from the waist down on my right side and my right leg, and I can't feel anything other than like hard pressure and kind of like rougher touch, like a lot of pressure or something jarring. Hot and cold I still have a sense of, but I can't feel even like when they have an injection or something. So I didn't feel when I stepped on a piece of glass, and that was unfortunate. But the fortunate part is that I've already been pulling around this leg, and it hasn't been supporting my weight. Like if I take a step forward and try to go up a step with it, it'll collapse. It won't hold my weight. And so I have had to get used to stepping with my left foot and all this stuff already. So the fact that I happened to step on broken glass, it went into the callus of my foot, and from there, I didn't even really feel it or notice it, unfortunately, until probably, I'm guessing, a week or so, because it was kind of tender, like kind of red and swollen, and my wife and I were wondering, okay, what is causing this? And it wasn't until I really, examined it and pushed and got tweezers and stuff that then I realized, oh, there's something like in my foot. And later that night, I collapsed and had 104 fever. By the time the hospital said it kind of peaked, even though they were giving me antibiotics and they were giving me Tylenol or whatever it was to keep my fever down. It peaked at 106 degrees Fahrenheit, or I think that's around 44 Celsius. Very dangerous fever territory. And I essentially blacked out. I also went into shock, unfortunately. My blood pressure dropped, and there were some really, really tense moments. But got through that. Doctors did the surgery, and they checked to make sure that I didn't have necrotizing fasciitis, which is what they were worried about. And no, it was strep C category, I believe is what they said the actual bacteria was that had caused the infection that was on that glass. And I'm just very lucky to be here and very fortunate that that was the case and they didn't have to take the leg, because my wife had to sign, and I'm in a fever dream, barely conscious, and she had to sign a piece of paper saying that they could amputate my leg if need be, and that surgery's life-threatening. They always make you sign that, but it was very real that I may not make it and that I may lose my leg. Fortunately, I got to keep the leg, and I'm here, obviously. So thank you guys for your support. I've had a lot of people say, hey, can we start a GoFundMe, whatever, you know, stuff like that. No, I don't need that. I don't want that. It is going to be a big bill. I already had a bunch of medical bills, and that's just life. They can't really do anything other than ask me to pay, you know, a couple $100 a month forever, essentially, and that's my lot, and that's how it's going to be here with healthcare in the U.S. And so far they've sent me $200,000 of care, and then my insurance, thankfully, is taking care of a lot of that, and it looks like I'm going to be on the hook for like, you know, 10 grand or 15 grand of that probably. At the end of the day, hopefully. I'll let you know if something more drastic happens, but that's the case right now. On top of Florida earlier last year that I'm still paying with, and my teeth. Of course, you probably noticed that it looks like you only have bottom teeth. I do only have bottom teeth right now, but hopefully I'll have the money soon to get the top teeth, and we'll be back in business with all the body parts that are needed to be a person. So, to be, I guess, an intact person, or to pass as one. But, you know, there's many people with worse situations than me out there, and I just feel so fortunate, and so fortunate that you guys are here with the channel, part of the community. And you know, if you want to support me, support the channel, and we'll go forward, and we'll do really cool things as a channel. The only other note I have is, if you insist on helping, a couple people have, and I'm not gonna say that it doesn't help, because it really did, but if you really want to help with Venmo or PayPal or something like that, that's the best way to go, rather than YouTube super chats, because they're going to take 40% right off the top. So I just wanted to mention that, but I do not expect anything. I just wanted to suggest that in case anybody is feeling like they wanted to do something. And again, I don't expect it, and no obligation. Even $1, I am still very grateful for the channel, and hopefully we can reinvest, get a cool new tank going. I got a 65 gallon I'm excited about, and I'm just really excited that I'm well enough now that I can talk to you. I have to rest a lot lately, and before I had health issues where that was kind of the case. So hopefully I can come back stronger than ever from this, and the channel can be better than ever. So I look forward to everything we have in the future as this channel, and the Discord will be launching next month at the latest. It might even be sooner, so stay tuned for that announcement as well. Much love. Thank you so much for all your support, positivity, and going back and watching the content that I have that already exists. You guys rock, and I will see you soon. Bye.